Sovereignty of mind breeds eminence. Mind is the centerpiece of will. It is the door which opens to greatness. Those who enter the realm of mind grabs dominion and sees life like never before. Inside the temple exists beauty, opulence, infinite strength, luxury hangings, and the best of everything. But it seems like nobody wants to take it. The power is yours if you can but take it and recognize it and possess it. It is the river of power with scrupulous currents of strength only available for those who dare to swim. That is one of the quotes which my late grandfather, Clutch Nolly, wrote before he died. I have a collection of sayings he wrote, and that was one of them. He was a professional hitman, and he had a strong mind which allowed him to penetrate the earth in a certain way of that of a superhero, a champion. And the depths of him was so deep to the point where it transferred to me. I mean, I always talk about him because I'm his grandson. His name is Clutch Nolly. I'm Clutch Preem. So I wanted to introduce that quote to you so that you can understand that in the silence comes dominion. And as you start to take sovereignty of the mind, you can see opulence. You can see life in a way where you can come out with pure strength. But it takes impetus to become strong. It takes a certain amount of action, of willpower. But it seems like men are now lacking bravery. Nobody wants to be brave anymore. But rather, they like to be little babies. They want to be baby. They want to get a little pacifier, and I hold them in my arm. Oh, goo goo gaga, little baby. Oh, here's your milk. Oh. They want me to baby them instead of them seeking to break through the atmosphere of mediocrity with the terminal velocity required to become great and stronger than ever before. Life is a game for a man. Everybody knows this, but yet people don't understand that it requires impotence. It requires impetus. And you have to understand that there's a lake of power which most men never see. They never get the bucket required to go to the lake of power, cross over the pathway of sheer opulence into the lake of power, because it requires prudence, and prudence is something that's lacking from humankind, which is lacking from most of these men, which is why these men become peasants and become losers. Because instead of them taking up the brute force and the physicality required of facing the daily pain and facing the daily trials and error of life and putting themselves through pain, instead of them doing that, they live a sad life. It's like the moon when the sun goes down. They live that type of life, darkness. In a life of darkness, you would never see the sun. So these men choose to live a life of unbearable fruit that contains a stench, and there's thousands of gnats which swarm this stench of the fruit, and they still want to live that way. There are certain habits that will bring a certain stench of fruit, which most of you are currently eating. And if you do not change the seed of the fruit, you will continue to reap exactly what you sow. And it seems like most of you are sowing TikTok mind. Most of you are sowing TikTok mind. Most of you are sowing the scrupulous weakness of which you choose. Because as a man, life is about choices. You get to choose the type of man you want to become. You get to choose the type of man you want to become. You get to choose everything in life as a man. But it seems like most of you do not want to choose the brave choice. Most of you don't want to choose the brave choice because it requires a bit of effort. It is like the clouds which sit inside the sky, which you can look up and see clear through as day. It's like the sun that shines. And most of you lack the first component, which is physicality, to be able to achieve sovereignty of mind, not only sovereignty of mind, but of eminence. It takes a certain level of physicality, and physicality is the centerpiece. It is the mold that keeps it all together. But the second most fundamental piece is sovereignty of mind. But I will say physicality is the first component in the realm of power. The reason for this is because physicality is like the sun which shines. When you walk outside, the sun shines upon your skin. And as a man, your body, your physical temple, reflects that of the sun. So when you walk outside and you see the brilliance of the sun, just like the sun shines its brilliance, the body, a strong body, shines its brilliance. And a strong body is a reflection of the mind, just like water reflects the sky. So the mind is like wings to the body, which allows you to fly through the atmosphere. And most of you will stay trapped in mediocrity if you do not use your physicality in the way that it should be used. Most of you don't want to become superheroes. You have an infinite amount of strength and you refuse to use it. You're at the height of your capabilities. What are you doing with your strength and your power? You at the height. What are you doing? Wasting your time? Scrolling TikTok? Partying? Chasing women? Is that how you want to use your infinite amounts of power? Is that what you want to do? You don't want to be a man of valor and strength? You rather chase women? You're chasing women who text the champions, who text me, who text Preem? Is that the life that you want to live? That is a life of scrupulous. That is a life of a Filipinulous man. That is a man that never achieves anything. This is why mind is the centerpiece of will. If you want to win, you need to take control of your mind. And sovereignty of mind is the key to all eminence. Eminence breeds power. That's something, a quote of which my grandfather said. And it made me think heavily about it. And I meditated on it. And it was so colorful to the point where it changed me. It changed my mind. It molded my mind. I started to seek eminence. I wanted to become braver than ever before. You have to take the brave step. You have to move upon the board. Do you understand? When you are moving through life, life will blow its wind. You do not want to be like a flower in the wind, being blown to the left, being blown to the right. Life will blow you, but you have to build your house upon rock. A foolish man will build his house upon sand, because that's all of the tool. That is all of the resource of which he can afford, because he lived a life of no discipline. He lived a life of hedonism and pleasure. So sand was his only available choice, which is why he went out and used sand to build his house. Foolish man, weaklings. You have a choice. You have to make the brave choice. Do you want to become strong and be a man of valor and strength and become a champion? Or do you want to be like the moon without the sun and darkness? You have to make a brave choice as a man. And if you truly want to win, you need to join Preem Operations, the free Telegram, which is in the description, t.me/Preem Operations. Me and 79 other men are all in there fighting together, because fighting is a critical component when it comes to sovereignty of mind and when it comes to pure eminence. If you want to win, you need to take control of your mind. You need to develop a certain physicality about you, and I guarantee you will win. But it seems like everybody likes to be ignored by women, by society, by everyone, everything. It seems like these people like to live a life of depression and anxiety, because if they didn't, they will change. So they're so comfortable inside of their chains that they don't want to get free. You have to make a brave choice. You have to be a man of valor, of integrity, of bravery, and decide once and for all, I want to do something great with my life. Put down the hedonism, put down the alcohol, put down the drugs, and start to genuinely mold your mind of that of a superhero and develop your body to be a temple of a superhero. And once you do that, everything else in life will follow. Because the centerpiece of it all, as I said, is mind. And if you can develop and control your mind, everything in life becomes easy. The discipline becomes easy. Motivation becomes easy. Success becomes easy. Money becomes easy once you take sovereignty of the mind. But it seems like nobody wants to. Everybody wants to confuffle around, rolling around, jacking themselves off, swimming around in their own cum. Is that what you want to do? Do you want to fill yourself up with buckets of cum and swim around in it like a fucking peasant? Is that what you want to do? Is that the best your life can get? No, you should seek to become brave, become stronger than ever before, train harder, train your mind, control your mind. That is something you're supposed to do as a man if you truly want to live a life of gallantry. So understand that you need to develop every single day and face the pain daily. You need to construct pain in daily life and make yourself uncomfortable so that you can progress and break through the atmosphere of mediocrity. And if that's truly you need to join t.me/Preem Operations, and we will fight together. I'll see you there.